Hey guys, long time no see. I know it's been like 3 months at least, and I do apologize for that. I was in the hospital late June and it was just kind of a mess, and I've had a lot of medical appointments and I've just had a lot going on. But I'm back and I'm gonna try to be a little better at this whole thing. Like, I'm working on it, so bear with me. But anyways, I'm really glad to be back, and you know, the hospital story will be in another video. But today I'm going to be doing a story time video. I'm gonna tell you guys all about my American Idol audition and how it went, if I got through or not, and yeah, so stay tuned and let's get on with the video. Okay, so on the day of my audition, because I was so excited, I woke up at 4 in the morning. I did my makeup, didn't really do much for my hair. I just had it down because I always have it up, and I was surprised at how good my hair looked that day because everything else was a mess. But anyways, so I got ready around 4, and then we left the house around 8:30, 8:45, and I know that seems like a long time, but I did have like 2 hours to wait and chill, just kind of like relax. Anyways, so we head to the venue where it's at, and we get there around 9, and I was expecting a ton of people to be lined up and like ready to go, like screaming like, let's go, let's do this. Me and my mom didn't even know if we showed up to the right venue, because no one's there, or not no one's there, but it's like dead. It's dead as a doornail. So we're just like, what? And so we go inside, I grab my guitar, all that stuff, because I'm extra like that. But so we go inside, and when you go inside the arena where it's gonna be at, there is a table with this random dude, like, don't even know what he does on the show, if he's even part of the show. But you show him your ID and the papers and all that stuff that you filled out the night or the week or whatever before. Depends on your excitement and whether or not you want to get it lost. But, so we go in there, and then from there, another guy, like a crew member of the show or a crew member of the arena, I don't know, he shows you to the place where you're gonna sit. And I was on, let's just say, this side of the stadium, and there was like already a couple people on that side of the stadium. So we just go in there and chill, and I'm just like, okay. And there's only like, when I get there, there's only like 200, 300 people, which is kind of underwhelming because I thought, you know, there's gonna be a crap ton of people here. It's American freaking Idol. Nope. I was shook. I was like, is my town done? Is it just not as exciting as I thought it would be? I don't know. And also, my friends were more excited for me about the audition than I was. Like, I couldn't care less. I'm like, I mean, let's give it a shot. So anyways, continuing on with this story, we go ahead and we sit down and we just chill, and at one point one of the producers comes out and she's like, y'all, you come in looking like you're going to a funeral. Get excited. And I was like, okay. So then we start doing a huge sing-along, the whole stadium. It's really cool, actually. We're just all singing. We're singing, like, Queen and Rihanna and old classics, Disney. It's so much fun. And just the waiting part was actually pretty fun. And I hear so many amazing voices because there were some other girls, some other people that went under this or behind the stadium, and they were rehearsing and getting themselves all prepared and ready. And there were some really, really insanely talented people there. Like, they were amazing. And I have never heard that much talent in one place before. Like, it sounded like angels singing. It was amazing. But anyways, so we're just chilling, and I start talking to this girl who's sitting behind me. We're just talking, bonding, stuff like that. And then we decide we're gonna go into the auditions together, hang out, stuff like that. And she's really sweet. She was really, really sweet. And I really liked her. She was nice. she was nice. And there were so many really nice people, and we were all so supportive of each other, and it was kind of amazing to see how, like, the music community just came together like that. The music community in my town and the surrounding states just came together for that. Like, that's really, really cool. But anyways, so I showed up at 9, and by around, like, 11 or 12, they had only taken 40 people out of 500 people back, and we're just like, it doesn't take that long to audition 40 people. They only get, like, 90 seconds of singing time, sometimes less. So it shouldn't take almost 3 hours to get through only 40 people. So then we're, like, looking at each other like, what? Then one of the dudes that grabs people, they come to my side and they're like, are you auditioning? And we're like, of course we are. Like, why wouldn't we be here for auditioning? And they're like, oh, I'm really sorry. We thought you guys were family and friends. Like, there are guitars on this side. There are papers. There is, what are you doing? And so, like, then they're like, okay, we're gonna go take a 15-minute lunch break around, like, noon, 1-ish. And we're just like, okay. They take a 45-minute lunch break before they start taking anyone else back. Like, that is so insanely unprofessional. Time management is key in this kind of stuff. And also, by the time they took the lunch break, they had still only auditioned about 40 people. So they had been taking their sweet time for a good 3 or 4 hours by then. And it's just like, but anyways, once I get back around 1:45 to they start coming back and getting more people, and then we wait for another hour or hour and a half, 2 hours. And then finally, they get to my area, my little section, and they're taking their sweet time again. They're only taking 5 people at a time. 5 people at a time. Like, I get that they audition 4 at a time, but, like, you could have been taking more. So anyways, finally, by the time it's me and this girl that I was sitting next to and chatting with and who I decided to audition with, finally, we're just, like, counting how many we'd have and if we'd be able to audition together. And then finally the guy comes back and he's like, I need 15 people. And we're like, you were taking 5 before, but okay. So we all go. The rest of my section goes. And then they lead us to this other, like, and line us up in front of this other room where the door is open and we have to stand behind the door 4 at a time. So, and then the first 4 people that are in line for that get to go on audition, go in. And then once you get into the room, there's 4 lines of 4 people. So 4 sets of 4 people lined up. So there's about 16 people in there waiting to audition. And we're just, like, chilling. And everyone was amazing. Like, I did not hear one bad singer. Everyone was so good. It was so cool hearing everyone audition. But the judges or the producers or whatever they were, they kept going when they were finished. Even though they were freaking amazing, they were like, you guys have some great voices, but you're not quite ready for the competition. Thanks for coming, for every single group. And I'm just like, no constructive criticism? Not saying, oh, you should work on your nerves, go perform a little more, like, none of that. Like, I would have definitely preferred constructive criticism. Like, don't tell me you were good, but not good enough for the competition. Like, tell me what I can work on, girl. And then, so, that's the thing. And then finally, when it comes to my group is in the front, ready to audition, one of the producers starts picking up her phone and texting, and she holds up the line for 5 minutes. And she's like, sorry, I gotta cancel an appointment. I'm like, you couldn't have done that earlier? I see why it took so long for me to get here. What are you doing? She holds it up for 5 minutes. Even the other two chicks that were judging, they're like, let's go. Come on, please. Come on. And I'm a nervous wreck. I'm a nervous wreck by then. Because I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then she holds it up for 5 minutes. And I'm just like, freaking out. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail. Like, I get in my head if I have to wait like that. Like, so close. Like that. Like, So, anyways, finally she puts her phone down. And turns out those story forms we were supposed to fill out don't really matter. They just look at your name. And they're just like, okay. Like, okay. So then finally it's my turn, and I was going to sing Million Reasons, but last minute while I was literally in line, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go with an original. So I'm a nervous wreck, and so I start singing, and I'm just like freaking out. And so I was terrified, and I was a nervous wreck, so I sounded like I was about to cry. From what I thought, I sounded like I was about to cry. And I'm so glad I didn't go with Million Reasons, because I would have had such a bad vibrato, and I just would not have sounded good. I would have sounded shaky and not cute, and I would have sounded pitchy. So I was glad I went with an original, because first of all, it makes me stand out more, and second of all, it's just easier for me, because then they can't tell if you're pitchy or not. And so I'm singing the song, and then finally, near the end of the first chorus, because I wasn't going to go through, like, multiple choruses. I was just going to go through the first chorus and call it a good day. The lady goes, like, stop now. And I'm just like, I was getting into it. And I was like, okay. And I turned around and just, like, stood back in line. And then everyone else went, and everyone in my group was amazing, except for me, I think. I feel like I was the only one that wasn't that great. But everyone else in my group was freaking amazing. And yeah, 2 of the girls in my group forgot the lyrics in the middle of their songs, but they were still amazing. And they still handled it with such class, and they handled it so gracefully, and I would not have done that. I would have run out of the room crying or freaking out, but they handled it so gracefully and so nice. And yes, they were so good. And so finally, when everyone's done, the main producer goes, okay ladies, come forward. And they give us the same freaking line. You guys had some great voices, but you're not quite ready for the competition. I mean, I get, like, what they mean. Like, I get that they're looking for someone who's not going to choke under pressure and all that stuff. But they could be a little more original. Like, honestly. And by that time, it was, like, 4. And I'm like, I sat here for 7 hours for this. Like, it was so, the whole thing was so unprofessional and everything. And I wasn't, like, upset or anything. I didn't cry. I was just, like, I went in there with a mindset, like, make it great. If I don't, oh well. Like, I was like, I don't care either way. So anyways, yeah, I definitely don't think that I would audition for American Idol again, because the producers were cussing and taking their sweet time, and they were just being so insanely unprofessional. And I was just like, this isn't a way to run a show. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, I don't think I'd audition for American Idol again, and it is something where that's just my opinion, and I don't mean any disrespect to any of the producers or the show or anything. That's just my personal opinion and how I saw everything. Overall, it was a cool experience. Like, it's still something where I'm glad for the experience, and I would love to audition for another show, like maybe when they all audition for America's Got Talent or The Voice or something. But I wouldn't audition for American Idol again, just after seeing how they manage everything and seeing how they handle themselves under pressure like that. Like, I just don't think it was very professional at all, and I think they could have handled everything a lot more professionally. And I'm saying professional a lot. But anyways, I think they could have handled everything a lot better and been a lot more respectful and original with everything they did. But it was still a cool experience to have, and I'm glad I have that experience and I am able to say, yo, I auditioned for American Idol. Like, I'm glad I get to say that. I think that's something that not a lot of people get to say, and I think that's still a really cool thing to say. Like, it's still like, I auditioned for American Idol. But yeah, I'm definitely really grateful for the experience and for the opportunity to try out, because I know if it was a few years ago, I wouldn't have even done it because I would have been too terrified. But I'm really glad that I had the guts to do it and even perform an original song, because that was kind of, I know that was a gutsy move, but I am very grateful for the opportunity and the experience, and I definitely think it's something where I'd love to audition for another competition, just not American Idol. So yeah. Anyways, that was my experience, my story about auditioning for American Idol. Once again, I mean, no disrespect to the show or the producers. This was just how I saw it, and, you know, it was my personal opinion. It's my point of view. I'm just telling the story how I felt it went, and yeah. So, and once again, I am really sorry that I haven't been uploading more. Like I said, I have had quite a few medical emergencies, and I have had a lot of doctor's appointments. I've been insanely busy, but I am going to try working on uploading more often and providing good content. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, have a good day, lovelies. Bye.